on a goalie tonight?
Carter.
Is there any hesitation to go back to him? After last game, he wasn't at his best.
It's the other way for me. You go right back. Had a day off, he's set to go.
With regards to him, is there an element, when he has a game like he did on Saturday, which clearly wasn't his best, is it part on your part thinking that he's been so good this year, I don't want to, blame him for the loss, considering how many games he's stolen for us over the course of the season?
Yeah, and for me, see, I look at it a different way. We had a chance to bail him out, and this is where we're at, kind of. We can't absorb a lot of mistakes because we just don't have a lot of run production. It's kind of what I thought we did everything we possibly could do to win that game, but we lost. You can put it on Carter. I don't. I look at it as an opportunity to make another big play, score another big goal. We didn't, and that's been a problem for us. We just can't absorb a lot of mistakes in games, and so I certainly don't blame Carter. One hand washes the other. He bails us out. We bail him out. We didn't. We had an opportunity. We didn't.
Speaking of what happened Saturday, when you're trying to accent the positives, do you tell the guys just to remind them that we play with that structure that we played with Saturday, that we play the way we played against New Jersey? We're going to be pretty competitive, and we're going to be a really good team. That's how we have to play.
Yeah, we will not be competitive if we don't play that way. And the past 3 out of the last 4 games, I've seen tremendous strides in our structure. Does it equate to wins? No. That's you want to get those, but I need to coach the team as far as how we're playing. And we talked about how we're going to perform versus Jersey after really what I thought was a game that we were sloppy and didn't have a lot of structure. I thought we answered really well. So that's what we're kind of hanging our hat on here. And our being here, what we're kind of in as far as losing, you got to find something for belief. And I believe our guys believe we're playing the right way. I saw a tremendous amount of frustration after the game when I was walking off the ice with them. I love that. I love the intensity and the fire and the hate to lose again. But we just got to make sure we stay on that right line of not getting too frustrated and we forget about how we're supposed to go about our business. And I felt bad for my team after the game, or our team. I felt bad for them because I thought they did everything they were supposed to do. People will say, well, Jersey was flat. I heard that comment. We had a little bit to do with that as far as them being flat or how they played. And I want our guys to feel good about that. So hopefully it'll bring it into tonight's game. Kind of a long-winded answer, but that's how I feel about it.
Will Lazinski and Zamora stay out of the lineup?
Laz will go in. Laz goes in and Willie comes out. I'm going to go with the same D. Yeah, as much as I fight that with Z, I'm still trying to balance, we're trying to get a win, and it's tough developing a guy in this type of situation too, so I'm trying to balance all that. So we'll see where it goes after this game.
Kind of as a follow-up to Adam's question, is it reassuring to you that, over the last 2 weeks, you guys have had 2 games where you haven't liked the structure, you thought it was sloppy, and then you guys are able to respond the next game with a much improved? Is it reassuring that the team isn't letting the poor games snowball into 2-3 straight quarters?
Yeah, and I'm not a big moral victory guy. It's about winning. But I also have to keep an eye on the ball as far as where we are. I think it's important that we don't give and just put your hands up and then forget about where we're trying to go. The thing that's encouraging to me, I just think we're taking steps in the right direction in some of the the more difficult parts of the game, playing away from the puck. I think we're going in the right direction there, and that's a responsibility that we have to keep on driving through. The fun part of the game, scoring goals, that's where we have some struggles, and hopefully TK seems to be getting going. James is, I think, pretty close. Maybe we start feeling good about maybe our power play scores another goal the next game, and it just starts gaining some confidence there. That's hard to teach. Confidence is hard to teach offensively. So we're going to lock in on the other part, and that's encouraging to me because that's the hardest part that I think we're improving at.
It looks like James is out there right now. I know you guys don't take a lot of contact in these morning skates, but he's not in a contact jersey. How pleased are you with the development that he's been able to make so far?
Yeah, I'm pleased how badly he wants to get back in. I don't know. I don't have any update. I don't know where he's at. But the more and more he practices, the closer and closer he gets. So he'll help our power play when he comes back in. So I'm just not sure where he's at, but this is encouraging.
John, in regards to tonight's game, they have a very unique attack where they have a unique player in Cal McCarr. Do you have to adjust either what you do on the forecheck or adjust where you dump pucks in when he's on the ice as far as what you would normally do structure, just to not allow him to do the things that makes him successful?
No, if you start overthinking that, that's when, if you're trying to really place pucks perfectly, that's when you turn it over. It doesn't even get to him. Their forwards go the other way at 140 feet. So you have to be aware. He's one of the top, if not the top defenseman in the league as far as the rover and all he does. We have to be aware. I don't think you totally stop him. You got to contain him. You got to be aware when he's on the ice. But if you start just game planning for him, they've got some other weapons too, and they're a smart enough team and a seasoned team that goes through these situations against all teams. If they're going to take Cale away, we've got other things to do. So again, I'm not going to get too involved in with them. Respect them, respect who they are and what type of team they are. But to that question, we got to continue to work on our game, and that's what our main concentration is.
John, I know we've talked a lot about this player in particular, but with regards to Kevin Hayes, how much progress are you seeing him make in the areas that you want to see more from him?
Yeah, I think it's been. I think it's, at least from a coach's point of view, I think it's been really good for me to watch. I think some of his concentration away from the puck. Now it's a different type of play away from the puck because we've switched positions, and he's right now. I really like what's happening there because I also think it releases him, and you can see his offense just grow. Doesn't have to play a full 200-foot game. Is inside the blue line covering his point, weak side, whatever it may be. But I think it allows him to really work at his strengths. But I also see that he's concentrating, certainly not mistake-free, but I think he realizes that has to be part of his game. I'm happy with the move, with moving him to wing. Tried to teach him low play and what you have to do as a center. It's too much right now for him because we also need the other part. So I like what's happening with him, and I think I respect him, and I think he's concentrating on it.
So you said that you like him at wing right now. Is the ultimate goal to get him back to center to feel comfortable?
I don't know.
His play?
I don't know. I ask myself that question all the time. I wanted to get him back with TK. I think that's really important, and I was fighting that. Do I have to put him back at center? And I think Casey, at least the little time that he's played with both of them, I think is a nice spot there for him. You can see. If you really watch the tape closely, you can see how smart Casey is down low. And it just takes all that away from what Kevin has to think. I think Kevin's reactive. I think he plays hockey. I think there are bad habits there that are tough to change right now at his stage of his career. I tried. Tough to change. So we're going to go this way. And do we completely forget him out as a center? I don't know. I've got to wait and see which road we're at that point in time. We have to make those decisions.
We've spoken about kind of the slot issue as it relates to Noah Cates and having him play up in the lineup at this point in time right now. Regarding Lucas Sedlak, you've had him in Columbus
Yeah, he's played very well, both with and without the puck. Our numbers in 5-game segments, he's been involved in quite a bit of the offense too. So it's been a really big pickup for us as far as with all the injury we have, and I think he has handled the ice time and all the responsibility given to him, and really on both sides. He has not, and he's a penalty killer too. So yeah, he's keeping us at least trying to stay afloat here. I think he's filled some really important minutes for us.
John, Carter Hart was pretty accountable after the game. He felt like it came down to goaltending. He said he's going to be better. Have you been impressed by his maturity so far?
Yeah, and even again, I didn't read what he said, but he's been, and that's a big part of my coaching, not the technical part, but I watching the athlete how he handles himself. I think he's been really good all year long. When I first came here, I had some people talk to me about where he's at, teammate-wise, and how he handles himself in certain situations, the ebbs and flows of a long season at that position. I think I haven't seen a hiccup in that part of his game, in the mental and the presentation of who he is. I haven't seen a hiccup at all.